All right, guys, another car review, this time outside of the DoubleTree off of God knows where, off of I-95, staying down here with my mom. She'll be going up the next day, staying at a hotel after another abysmal Dolphins game. 3 games in a row, dropped 1-3 now, losing to the Titans a lot to a little, and just looking woeful all game. Had almost no expectations going into this game whatsoever, but God, that was awful. It just continued disappointment. And I would really like to hear an argument for anybody as to why we aren't the worst team in the league right now. I think we absolutely are. I don't know if there's a team in the league we'd beat. I think the Jets would beat us just on the basis of Aaron Rodgers in that running game. We'll just figure it out, even if they look terrible against the Broncos. Broncos, well coached, can find a way just to get scrappy wins. Saw what they did against the Buccaneers and against the Jets recently. I mean, the Giants, they had the Cowboys on the ropes for a while throughout that game. Panthers, Andy Dalton looks all right, kept them in the game against the Bengals. Like, tell me a team that you can confidently say is worse than us right now with how this team is currently being run. And my goodness, do we need Tua back immediately. And God knows what this team looks like without Tua. Tyler Huntley, look, clearly still not ready for the team. He's clearly still not grasping the offense, and it is such a difficult offense to grasp. And that's great when everything works perfect. We're the speedboat of the NFL. You love being on the boat, love being on the water with a speedboat, right? But what are you going to do when a hurricane shows up? What are you going to do in a tighter space, a no-wake zone? What then happens to a speedboat? You can't use it. You can't take advantage of its speed. You can't take advantage of its flair. Dolphins, when things aren't clicking, when things aren't 100% right, how the team needs to run based off of the players being healthy and being in position and having the right guys for the right play calls is just not there. We just saw the Tennessee Titans go with a backup quarterback who had zero prep this week to run with the starters, go in after one drive and win 31 to what? What was the final score for the Dolphins? I don't remember. I don't care. They had a backup quarterback go in there and just figure it out. Mason Rudolph is just the epitome of average. Straight backup quarterback. He'll probably be backup quarterback for the next 10 years. Easily do that because he's just incredibly mediocre. But he got the job done. They didn't ask him to do anything terrific. It was the very same story from what we saw last week with the Seahawks, where the Seahawks didn't ask Geno Smith to do anything incredible. Has that long touchdown to DK Metcalf. Cool. Outside of that, it was just nickel and dime everywhere. Zach Charbonnet on first down. Play action to Noah Fant. Oh, but guess what? DK Metcalf's wide open going down the right sideline. Nothing incredible that they asked Geno Smith to do. Nothing incredible that the Tennessee Titans asked, I'm sure, Will Levis and then Mason Rudolph, who had zero prep to run with the starters this week, goes in there and drops 31 points. Every time they got the ball, you knew first down running the ball, likely second down running the ball, third down you make a decision, play action, maybe somebody's open. Most of the time not. And, the defense, I can't blame them for this 31 piece, as they looked pretty solid majority of the game. There are some tackling frustrations, and there was definitely that pass interference in which we could have got off the field, and then they go down and score, and then the game feels further and further out of reach. But the defense, if they just had some time to breathe, they had decent field position, they were doing everything they could to keep the offense in the game, and just nothing. First 2 plays, if I'm not mistaken, went to Tyreek and Waddle. 2 of the first 3, 2 of the first 4, whatever it was, were clearly illustrated to get the ball into Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle's hands, and they just completely went away from that. When you're down your quarterback, when your system is on the fritz, you just have to find a way to get the ball in your best player's hands, and they just did it so poorly, didn't do it enough. The opportunities they then gave those players were just so low ceiling. I'm talking about how many end arounds did Tyreek go on. That obviously that fumble early on in the game really killed some momentum. You get a turnover on the first play, or the first drive rather. Emmanuel Ogbah with an interception. Who had that on their bingo card? And then you drop these plays for Tyreek and Waddle early on, and then just completely scrap it. How many times they're going to try to run to the outside and not work? Achane, little person going against monstrous men, again with the bad offensive line, nothing to be had there. Play calling just has no second gear. It's fourth year, fifth year, or nothing with this offense. There's no other options for the Dolphins to turn to. And we just have to stomach through this for 2 more games. Reports are looking like Tua is going to come back week 8, symptom-free right now. Makes you wonder why he got put on IR in the first place, but I get the team being a little bit more precautionary with his history. But if he's symptom-free right now, he could have played right now. Clearly, there's guys on this roster that we don't need to be essential players on this team. Frustration grows. Bad performances. How many illegal shift penalties? The same type of illegal shift penalty, too. How do you not get set? It's such an indisciplined team, this Dolphins team. Same shooting themselves in the foot mistakes. I don't think we had to call a timeout because we couldn't get the playoff in time. If we did, maybe once. Finally, some sort of progress with that. But then 3 plays in a row when you're driving to try to go score a touchdown. Maybe you get a 2-point conversion. You're in a 1-score game. You need another 2-point conversion. 3 plays in a row, illegal shift. And I'm pretty sure that was the drive where we did eventually go down and score a touchdown. But all that time that came off the clock, how the game plays out afterwards, you never really know. Obviously, it didn't go great after that, but you never know when you go down only 8 points. That puts a little bit more pressure on the other team to have to get the ball on the onside kick and then have to get at least 1 or 2 first downs to take the game away. But the play calling on offense was awful. The defense really had no chance. They tried their best. They couldn't get much of a pass rush. I think just 1 sack on the day, but the secondary looked good. The secondary's been fine this season. A busted coverage from Javon Holland aside. The secondaries looked decently well this year. Pass rush, not so much. And then, of course, Jalen Phillips goes down. We'll have to wait and see what the reports are on that one. But went down earlier in the game, goes back in, goes down again, non-contact. Apparently, I didn't really get to see it. I just saw him wobbling off the field. But he went back to the locker room, never came back. That doesn't look good. Get some of the pup guys back, hopefully, coming up here next week. But just another abysmal performance from, in my opinion, probably the worst team in the league. Let us know your thoughts down below. I may be doing a live stream tomorrow when I get out of work. I don't know. Let me know if you want us to do a live stream. If this gets some support, y'all let me know down below. Because last week, those of you who attended the live stream got to see us enjoy some adult beverages. Last week, the drink of choice was a Crown Peach with some mango juice. I don't think I'll be doing any of that this week, even though I'll definitely want to. But let me know down below if you want to see us go live tomorrow. But otherwise, catch you next time. Might have Donovan coming out with a review tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. But until next time, have a great rest of your day. Like, subscribe, just smash the comments with your complaints about the Dolphins, and I'll try to get back to as much of you guys as possible. Appreciate y'all very much for watching. Have a great rest of your night. Go Dolphins.